Okay, hello, welcome to this video on DNA. Just to be doubly clear on this, for my current year 11s, this is not applicable to you. It's interesting information, you do have to know a little bit about DNA, but the level of detail I'm going to be going into is for the new specification. So this is kind of aimed at my current year 10s and current year 9s. So, DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. So DNA is taken from that name. And I'm just going to quickly go over kind of where you find it and kind of how it all links in, really. So, in pretty much every cell of your body, you will find a nucleus. There are some exceptions for that. You're going to need to have a look at the video on specialized cells, which I haven't made yet. And inside that nucleus, you have 46 chromosomes. That is the same as 23 pairs, which sometimes you have to give in exam questions. On one of those chromosomes, a small section of it, that is a gene. So a small chunk of one of those chromosomes is a gene that might be for hair colour or eye colour or something like that. And that gene and that entire chromosome is made up of coiled DNA. So it's all wrapped up to make one of these chromosomes. Now, this structure is called a double helix structure. So the way to imagine it is like a ladder that's just been twisted so that it's all kind of spirally. Now, these kind of rungs of the ladder are what we're going to be talking about next, because they are very important in how DNA works. So if we imagine that we've straightened out my DNA, so it does look like a ladder rather than a big twisty structure, which is harder to imagine and work with. The backbone of the DNA, so I'll draw another example over here. So this backbone is a phosphate backbone. And basically, coming off that phosphate backbone, we've got things called nucleotides, which are made up of the bases that make our DNA. And those bases are A, T, C, and G. And those are kind of the letter representations for adenine, thymine, cytosine, ooh, is it an S or a C? I'm dyslexic, sorry, and guanine. Thinks it's C. And these pair up in a very specific way. So A will always pair with T, and C will always pair with G. So the way I remember it is your curly letters always go together. That means that the other two must be the ones that pair. So potentially, if we straighten out your DNA to look like a ladder, one side of your DNA will be a pattern of these letters. And this obviously goes on for a very, very, very long time, because DNA is a massive, massive molecule. And if you know what's happening on one side, you know what must be pairing up on the other. So A always matches with T, C always matches with G. So you get your two corresponding sides of the DNA. Now, the way your DNA works is when you are making a new protein or an enzyme, which is a protein, basically what will happen is your DNA will kind of unzip and slide apart, and then new bases will come and attach, new amino acids will come and attach, and that's what makes up your enzyme that your body's creating, or that's what makes up the new protein that your body needs. So the DNA will actually unzip, and then new things will attach here to make new chemicals. This is why the DNA molecule is so important, and that is how it works, using adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine.